The idea of wanting to die has become a big meme now. This whole thing is exhausting. Not only like the grand ideas of life, just the trudge of the day-to-day of life. It's fucking exhausting. People are so scared about talking about those kind of ideas as well. Like the idea of wanting to kill yourself. Like everyone wants to kill themselves at some point. There's wanting to do it, or whatever you're saying, there's planning to do it. They're very different things. And I would urge anybody who's ever planned it to really, really seek help and talk about it openly. I remember being like in my house with my acoustic guitar. Very seldom are songs written like that for me. It's normally a lot more stylistic, bigger kind of process, but this was quite a humble thing. I think you can kind of feel that. It felt quite British and I really wanted to take it there, but I have a lot of love for like big American rock, especially of like kind of like late 90s, early 2000s. I bet you thought your life would change, but you're sat on a train again. The idea of feeling complete or being a grown-up. These are like places that you arrive. It's a complete myth, you know, and I think a lot of the human experience is spent not quite understanding why you haven't reached there. Your memories are sceneries for things you said but never really meant. When you're approaching life from wanting to be really, really sincere, it's difficult to reconcile the amount of times that you've lied to yourself or to other people. You build it to a high to say goodbye because you're not the same as them. In your death, it won't happen to you, it happens to your family and your friends. We'll have religion, right, as long as people are scared of dying. I don't have that religious perspective, so for me, it's a bit like, what happens after you die? I don't fear death because there's nothing to fear. It's merely not existing. I pretend, and I always want to die sometimes. I always want to die sometimes. You know all that bullshit that's going on with you? If there was a light switch that just said off, would you touch it? Going, maybe. Everyone fucking thinks that, man. And it's not like cowardly or dark or anything. It's just like it's part of life. You win, you lose, you sing the blues. And there's no point in buying concrete shoes. I refuse. And I always want to die sometimes. I always want to die sometimes. Am I me through geography? Is my identity constructed by my geographical location and the things that I've experienced because of that? That's one of the fundamental problems that I have with religion. They're all monotheistic, right? So each one says this is the one, but you're born into it. What? So, say if you're a Christian in America, if you're born in India, you'd be Hindu. Saudi Arabia, you'd be a Muslim. If you're born in Norway 500 years ago, you believe in Thor. Like, how is this a qualification process for the validity of scripture? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Am I me through where I'm from? Definitely. A face collapsed through entropy. I can hardly speak. And when I try, it's nothing but a squeak on the video. Living room for small. If you can't survive, just try. And I always want to die sometimes. You're going to have good times, you're going to have bad times, but mainly you're just going to be singing sad songs. It's not an excuse to anchor yourself down. If you anchor yourself down, you're just going to take people down with you. You can't just give up and then expect everybody to drag you along with them. Do you know what I mean? It's like you've got to put a bit of effort in.